As you can see, I have the 6 screws for the pulley that I'm working with right now, and this 4 of the screws were in tight, and 2 of them were misthreaded and half installed. And I don't know if, like I said, I don't remember how the kit comes anymore, but the reminder when assembling these or any other engine kit, always make sure you get all your screws in loose before you go around and tighten everything, because you want to make sure that you get your threads in place instead of jamming the screw in and cross-threading the hole. So since this hole is one of the ones that was cross-threaded, I then have to be really careful about getting the screw started. I'll have to work more carefully with that off camera, since it's hard to feel the threads catching at that angle. I'm not sure how easy it is to see, but another major improvement on this new version of the HM-01, the bearing caps have arrows on them. So, can I pop this off? There's an arrow to show you which side the cap goes to. My kit, the caps only fit one way, but they weren't marked, so if you weren't paying attention, you could swap the caps and end up in a situation where you were trying to put them on upside down, or you had moved this cap onto the wrong side. So that is another major improvement over the new one here, or on the new one here. And now we're gonna lift those caps out of place. There we go. And get, okay, that's bottom dead center. That's the beginning of the exhaust stroke, so I want to turn this. As it gets to the bottom dead center, the rod starts to lift. A couple 3 teeth there. There are 2 or 3 more teeth. There we go. At bottom dead center, it's starting to come out. Alright, that dot is our ignition. So I guess I need to just rotate this around and get it in on top dead center. Yep, alright. On bottom, it starts to come up again. Okay, I think that's a good spot. And then we need to rotate these bushings around. The main bearings have to get rotated so that the hole on the main bearing is facing up to align with the little oil cup. There's our hole on that side. And then I spy my hole is just on the edge here, so I'm gonna pull it around so that it's facing up. Get our bearing caps back in while we've got this all lined up properly. So I'm gonna get these bearing caps back on, and then I need to get the bottom end put back together because I took the big end bearings out as well. Alright, big end bearings again. These have a key notch on them to make sure that we fit them into the crank and the cap. So there's the notch and the key notch on the bearing fits in there so the bearings don't spin. Alright, and then I'll put these screws in. And again, to be careful about cross-threading. This one was cross-threaded, so I'm going to find a replacement for that. Well, the spares I have are stainless steel, so the end cap is getting put on with stainless steel now, but both of those are threaded in properly, and I can turn the crankshaft by hand with my so that should be good fit and ready to bed in when it runs. So let's see, the next thing is I need to go through the spare parts that came with this and find the adjuster screw to go on the crankshaft or the pushrod lifter. And it looks like there's a couple of head bolts that are loose here too, so we'll check all those for cross-threading. Oh, and I did that off, didn't get that in, so there's the adjuster here and then loose head bolts to check. Alright, pop the head off. Quick check here. We have really good seal in the piston here because I can feel, maybe you can even see, when I pull the piston out, it's pulling my thumb in, so that's good, and our piston liner looks good. So we'll leave all that, and I'll just find the adjuster for the rocker arm. Alright, I found the part that's supposed to be in this push rod here, and for ease of, and this is going to be impossible to show on camera, I think, so I'm going to have to put this piece in here, and then there's the two nuts there. One is a spare, it'll need one lock nut. Alright, I struggled a bit with this in place, but with this out, then I can hold it and actually get the threads to start, because remember this has the slot in the top for making the adjustments on it, so we need that to be able to get the threads to start. You need to be able to wiggle to get that slot aligned, and then put one lock nut on it, and then screw it all the way in, get the retainer pin reinstalled, and then we'll have to set this back on the engine to do our exhaust valve adjustment of this tappet now.